Hello Reformers and welcome to One Finger Death Punch 2. This is the sequel to one of my favorite games ever, literally just because I'm a pretty big, well, Kung Fu fan, martial arts fan, even though I don't do any of it. I do quite like movies that focus on that kind of stuff, and if you want to feel like you are in one of those movies, then you definitely need to check this game out. There is a link in the description, and, well, if you know anything about One Finger Death Punch 1, then you will definitely love this, and I do. I absolutely do. So, I'm actually already on the second level, but you know what? I'm not going to show you the first level, because literally the first level is, it's basically just tutorials, and it's not really a big deal. But we're going to just go through this, and we're going to see how we do. I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller on my PC right now. And yeah, there's partial controller support. I just find it a lot easier to play with the controller, and that's the reason why I'm doing that. Personally, the keyboard controls are absolutely fine. I've used the keyboard controls before. I am just a little bit more comfortable using the controller because you can use the shoulder buttons, you can use anything actually. You can use square and circle, or if you're using an Xbox controller, then obviously you can use the bumpers and all that wonderful stuff. So it is really flexible, and as you can see, we're doing fantastically well right here. There are, by the way, if you are an achievement person, there are, I believe, 811 achievements. So if you are someone that is going to want to chase after Steam achievements, then you can do that. But personally, I am just having a huge amount of fun just literally playing the game and being like, wow, look at all this crazy stuff right here. Okay, so as you can see, there's the standard sort of brawler thing going on here, and we know how to do this. We know how to do it. It's all good, and we will be able to defeat this brawler without any problems whatsoever. Now, well, it's kind of a shame. I'm using the shoulder buttons to play this at the moment, and that means that I'm not actually using circle and square. So these button prompts are obviously going to be a little bit more difficult for me, because if I'm having that on the screen, then it's obviously going to make things a little bit more confusing. But I'm going to get used to it as we go through. I have played the demo of this when the demo first released to Steam. I'd recommend checking that out, by the way, if you want to have a huge amount of fun playing through. I believe it is 15 levels or something like that they give you out of the 400 that is going to be included in the full game when it releases in 4 weeks. So yeah, if you want to somewhat sate your hunger for One Finger Death Punch 2, then you can do that through the demo. Now thankfully I do have early access to the game, and well, it is just as fantastic as the first one, but it is better in every single way. It is better because what they've done is, I'm actually not going to play yet because I like to just explain this as thoroughly as I can, but anyway, what they've done is they've basically made it so that your character can adapt to whatever attack you're actually doing at the time. So basically, they have taken over 1,000 different martial arts moves, and they have combined them all into a fluid martial arts style for your character. Because before, you would have certain moves that you would see multiple times in a row, because you would be, pulling from the standard pool of moves. And this time around, in this version of the game, it is much different from that. Very, very different. It's making it so much more fluid, and you're not going to see the same move again and again. You might see it like, twice in a minute or so, but there's over 1,000 moves to pull from here. So you can imagine it's not going to be one of those things where you'll see, oh look, I've seen that kick before, or whatever the case, So it's going to be one of those extremely satisfying experiences, just like the first game. And I gotta say that I really appreciate their work on this. I did not even think that they were gonna come out with a sequel to the first one, but when I heard about it, I was excited. Oh yes, very excited. So I am really, really pleased that I actually get to play this right now, and I am urging you, if you are any bit a fan of Kung Fu or martial arts in any way, and you like, well, if you're on my channel, you obviously like video games, and, oh, I actually messed up there. Oh well, never mind. But, point is, if you're a fan of video games, and you're a fan of martial arts, and you want some satisfaction in terms of your fighting styles, and just how, I don't know, there's no other word that I can really use to describe it. It's satisfying. It's satisfying to play this game, because you're going through hordes of enemies, and you have all these insanely fun moves to watch your character pull off, and it's really quite amazing. So anyway, I am gonna just stop gushing about the game now, because you already know that I'm a big fan of it, and we're gonna try and get as far as we can in about 20 minutes. Let's see how we do with that, and let's just see if I can, there we go, not miss out on the brawler there. Want to make sure I get all those accurately enough. There's a medic, give me that health, even though I don't really need it at the moment. Yes, now that I've said that, I will need some HP, no doubt. But yeah, there are some really cool mechanics coming up as well, because they've added so much to the game that it's not just the standard, you know, fight these guys again and again kind of thing. There are multiple different kinds of pickups and little power-ups that you can imbue your character with, and it's crazy how much content there actually is in this. Now, you can actually block thrown weapons, but you can also do other things, like you can catch them and throw them back, you can deflect them, you can dodge them, and if you dodge them, then they'll continue to travel through the screen, and then you'll be able to have them hit the enemies on the other side. So there's also that, which is pretty cool in my opinion, and hopefully we will be able to see that in a future round. And these rounds are so quick that you could literally do this on your lunch break. You can do this anytime you have a spare, I don't know, 5 minutes even, and that's the beauty of the game. You get this very short burst of adrenaline, and it's just great. It's just great. I mean, I'm only playing the tutorials right now, so obviously it's going to be pretty easy, but you can see my speed, you know, the speed of the game in the top left of the screen. And as you can see, I've got manual speed at times 2.275, and now we have been taught how to catch thrown weapons, so that's obviously going to be even more fun. And you can imagine all of these being combined in one package, and that's exactly what you're going to get with the full game after you're after you're done with the tutorials and everything. But it is so good, and well, I just highly recommend you go to the Steam store page, download the demo, and see what's going on there, because it is fantastic. I'm not being sponsored, by the way. I'm not being sponsored or paid to make this video. I just really love the game, and the developers have done a fantastic job, and I feel like they should be rewarded for that, because I'm pretty sure they've listened to the fans. They've listened to the players from the previous game, and they've basically been like, okay, so well, what did everyone want? And then they just basically put all that stuff in there, as well as all their own ideas and their own improvements. And I personally suffered quite a bit of, shall we say, performance problems with the previous game. I would have some slowdowns sometimes, and I don't even know why that is, because I can play most games with, you know, decent enough performance. But this game, I've had no performance problems whatsoever. It has been smooth as silk. I am literally running at the moment, what is my frame rate at the moment? If I can actually look down at my frame rate counter while I'm doing this. I have, what is it? I think I have about 400 FPS. So you can kind of imagine that that is going to be more than enough. And you don't even need a really high-spec PC to play this. It's great. Accessible for everyone and everything. So it's really, really fun. And we're done. There we go. Oh yeah, visceral dragon attack action right there. Alright, so there you go. We are doing pretty fantastically. I am now being taught how to dodge weapons. Let's do it. And there you go. So you can actually see that the weapon continues on its path, and it will hit whoever is behind you. So yeah, you can imagine all of this being combined in one package. So you can imagine the utter mayhem and chaos that is going to be included, because you are going to have dodges, deflects, blocks, catches, and obviously your own weapons and your own power-ups. There are so many different skills to level up as well. Well, not to level up, but to select. And you're going to be able to customize your own character however you want to play. And I know there were a lot of builds in the original game that were extremely effective. But I would assume that obviously in this game there's going to be a little bit more, should we say, variety, because obviously in the previous game you could play as a weapon master where you could force weapons to spawn, and you'd have more duration on those weapons when you actually, you know, had them in your hands, because you only have them for a set amount of time. And yes, as you can see, the game now has eyes and now has all kinds of details. So yeah, as you can see there, you can customize character details. I've actually turned all of them on. Basically, it consists of flesh color for your head and for your arms, and a little bit of shading for your character, and eyes. So there's all that, which is really cool. Oh yeah, there you go. There's actually all the stuff, but I don't really want to change it. And I'm gonna have to deal with this boss now. So let's see if I can do that. Whoa, already? He's already dead? Okay, well, they were giving me a little bit of a taster. A little bit of a taster of what's going to go down here. I gotta say, it is a lot easier to play when you're not commentating, but yeah, I'm just, you know, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things where I'm like, you really have to check this out. You really do. There's not much more for me to say, to be honest. It's one of those games that does one thing, but it does that one thing so incredibly well that you really just cannot. You cannot refuse. This is an offer that you cannot refuse. Yes, exactly. But yeah, I've actually taken a lot of damage this time around. The speed is starting to get very, very quick indeed. So you're going to have to be on the ball. And there we go. Nice. Alright, so I missed one time, but that's okay. I still get the 5 stars, and we will now continue onward. I am unlocking so many Steam achievements right now. It's basically spamming my screen the entire time. Alright, so here we go. This is a bit of a difference here. We have horses, and we have running, and we have something else as well. So we're going to see what that actually is. New gameplay mechanics. Ah, there we go. Alright, so I got far enough, you know, I got reasonably far, but it cancelled as soon as you get hit, I guess. But you can see that that's the running. Okay, here we go. We can only throw one at a time here. This is the standard sort of throwing round, but it's like a multiple different kinds of rounds here, so actually unsure. Oh, there we go, yeah. There's actually a certain amount that you can attack in that one. I assume it's the same on the other one, but I got hit. And now, yes, now we have a horse, a fiery demon horse with our own wonderful, sword. And yeah, so you can actually see how much work they've actually put in here, because it's changing environments. I mean, you can see the backgrounds are changing all the time as well. So that's also a thing that never really happened in the previous game. 2 bosses? Are you serious? Well, I will just have to show them a lesson. There we go. Alright, fantastic. I actually didn't get hit once. Or maybe I did, but I probably healed myself or something. Oh well. Whatever the case. Slow time enemies. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's going to be easy enough. That's going to be easy enough. Not a problem. Yeah, we can block it. I love slow time. I absolutely love that, because all the bodies are in the air and they're just like, yeah, look at this. Yeah, oh, look at that. That was crazy good. and you even have all the blood splatters and all the objects flying in the air as the slow time begins. Oh, yeah, but I suppose by this point of the video, you probably already know whether you're into this game or not. And if you'd like to... Oh! Ah, there we go. Whew. We had to do a little bit of a Kamehameha right there. Anyway. Yeah, thankfully I was doing it in time. Anyway, point is, you probably already know whether you like this game, and if you'd like to stay with me for the remainder of the video, I'd appreciate it. But if you don't want to, then that's absolutely fine. Check out the Steam store page. Anyway, attack the ball of death as normal. It will bounce and kill enemies in one hit. Yes, it will. It's a fantastic item that I know everyone loves from the original. You can kill so many with that, and you can actually get a lot of combos as well. Oh, they're adding multiple. They're adding multiple balls. multiple death balls. Yes. And there we go. Nice. Alright. So I did get hit once, but I didn't miss at all, so I suppose that's pretty good. Otherwise, we are getting to the end of the tutorial now. We now have 3 hit enemies, so that is going to be a little bit difficult. Well, maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's a pretty simple pattern. You know, it's just right, or left, and then the other side, so it's okay. Oh, speed increases. No, I don't need any more speed increases. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Yes, we don't even have access to weapons just yet, but I can't wait until we do, because weapons are going to be even more fun to use. It really is, because the impact of these weapons has been improved so incredibly much. Oh, I-beam laser death finisher. Fantastic. Okay, so I missed one time there, but, well, what are you going to do? Sometimes it happens. Anyway, weapon pickups. Let's do it. And once you're done with the tutorials, by the way, you are then going to get to the world map. And then you can decide which path you want to take. And obviously that was a pretty big thing in the first game. But obviously because the tutorial is pretty extensive, it gets to let you know about all the various new mechanics and everything. And very, very easy to understand. And oh yeah, we got a weapon rack. Oh, that is fantastic. That's a new feature, obviously. Basically, you get to use a variety of different weapons in this particular weapon rack, and they are amazing. All of them are really, really fun to watch, and even more fun to use. Alright, so, patience. The attack bar is locked. This is a bit of a difference as well. Bit of a test of your reflexes in this particular thing here. It's a duel. It's a duel to the death. And I got it. Oh yeah, I got it. I got it. Nice. Very good. Alright, so this is the final level of the tutorial here, and then we will be on the world map. Oh, we got the power sword. You know what it actually is. But they can't name it that. They can't name it what it actually is because of reasons. But yes. Anyway, the point is that we're using a power sword. It's fantastic. There's a chainsaw as well. Can you say no to a chainsaw or a power sword? No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. It is just insane. Yes. There we go. Oh yeah. That's what I like to see. I like to see that number in the top. going down at a very, very rapid pace indeed. Ooh, it hit the ground just on the last one. Unlucky. Unlucky for me. Too slow. And there we have it. And there we have it. Fantastic. Alright, so there we go. We have now unlocked a skill point, and we now will be able to take a look at the skill trees. So these skill trees, well, as you can quite clearly see, are pretty fantastic. So yeah, the more gems you put into them, the better they become, of course. All skills are passive and they activate over time. I actually have 5 skill points right now, which is pretty amazing. I like that. Alright, so boss kill. This ability kills a boss enemy instantly. Pretty insane. Kill all enemies on one side, a sniper rifle. Kill all enemies on both sides, a windmill kick. Laser eyes. Throw game, grey out. All enemies have 1 hit. That might be a pretty interesting thing to go for. Heals 1 point of life. Medic. Medic's going to be really good for survival. Slowdown time's going to be good. Earthquake is really, really good actually. I'm thinking I'm going to spec into Earthquake. Increase attack range. Don't really need it. We're going to go... Should I get medic? No, I don't really want to get medic, you know. Boost kill count plus chance for medic. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you actually do have a little bit of synergy as well. Okay, so we're going to go for... kill enemies on one side. Let's go for Firestorm. And you know what? We're just going to go for a little bit of medic because you never know. Maybe I'm going to need it. And we'll go for another point in Earthquake, I guess. There we go. Alright. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Alright, so the tutorial is now complete. And we can now continue onward. Oh yes. So now, here's the world map, as you can see. This is pretty fantastic. We can play just the normal mob round right here, and I got hit initially. Great. I wasn't ready. The game's gonna be like, oh, why weren't you ready, you peasant? Yes. Ooh, I have a sword already. Fantastic. Very nice. Okay, I'm not entirely sure when my Earthquake is going to be activating, but hopefully it's going to be activating when I need it the most, but sometimes that does not happen. Most of the passive skills I've found have not been incredibly kind to me. Oh yeah, we're getting some really satisfactory kills right there. Oh yeah, it's auto-attack. Look at that. We get a little bit of an auto-attack there as well, so you can get a very small break. Ooh, we're missing a lot this time around. It seems like the tutorial has dulled my senses, amusingly enough. Not entirely sure why that would be. Oh well, never mind. I guess looking at the skill tree has just been like, oh, it's bedazzled me with all kinds of wonderful possibilities. Yes! There we go. Take him out. Alright, so there you go. That is pretty fantastic. Oh, 1 revenge token. Yeah, so revenge tokens are basically things that you can, yeah, so as you can see, you can actually choose to go wherever you want. But as far as I'm aware, revenge tokens are things that you can use to, I think, I'm not entirely sure on this, but I think you can then use them to make a level harder, and then you can go back and get a higher score or something like that. Obviously, that is me just thinking that. I might not be accurate about it, so don't quote me on it. Anyway, another mob round. I mean, we do have medics, so even if I do take a huge amount of damage, it's not really going to be too much of a big deal. I'm just going to try and not miss this time around, because missing usually will have a pretty big detrimental effect, although it doesn't seem to make so much of a difference as it used to, because in the first game, when you missed, that would basically mean that, actually I think it was 1 to 3 misses? Yeah, I think it was 1 to 3 misses that you were okay and allowed to have before you got a lower grade for the particular level that you were doing, so I suppose that's the same here, which is pretty good. Ooh, we have hook swords. Oh. You know what? I should probably take that, I I should probably take that skill that insta-kills brawlers, I think. That might be the way to go. And there we go. We got him. Fantastic. Alright, so I actually did a lot better that time. Missed 0 times, but I did get hit quite a bit. Long journey ahead. I wonder whether that means that I've unlocked survival mode or whatever the case. But can I actually zoom out? Is there some way that I can zoom out here? No, it doesn't seem like I can zoom out. But there are so... I mean, there's survival as well. So if you want to see that, you can actually see what's going on here. And there are actually different levels of the tower. So you can actually see that... Amusingly enough, I haven't actually tried this yet, so should we just try out survival and see how far we go? Obviously my skills at the moment are not really good when it comes to attempting to do this, but we're going to try it out and just see what's happening here. Now, bear in mind, obviously, that there is no story in the game. There's just amazing kung fu action, and I'm sure you already know that because, well, you've seen this video, and it doesn't even need a story, in my opinion. It doesn't even need one. Why would it? Ah, here we go, here we go. Okay, so this is actually where getting a combo is a pretty big deal. I don't know whether you can actually see my Steam achievements popping up right now, but if you can't, then I've just gotten one that has given me the 35 combo, 40 combo now, and I suppose that's the main reason for not missing in these kinds of situations, because if you miss, obviously that then resets your combo, I assume. So you just gotta... No button mashing. No button mashing. That is the biggest thing that you gotta take away from this. You cannot button mash. Ooh, they're adding in new colors of enemies now. I don't know whether you saw that, but we've got purple enemies. Purple enemies are probably one of my worst opponents to deal with because they basically dodge every attack you make. They basically go dodge, dodge, and then you kill them, obviously, but you got to be a bit on the ball to, you know exactly what's going to happen at that point. But yeah, as you can see, I still have my streak of 200 going, and I kind of thought I would just cut out a little bit of what's going on here because it is a bit slower than what you would think. I did get hit just there, but that's okay. Ooh, actually no, it's not okay. It lost my combo. Okay, so yeah, seems like if you get hit, then you lose that streak. Okay, well that's interesting. Alright, so as you can see, my score at the moment is 488. And the high score, or at least I think the high score at the moment is 1,236. So there are already people doing some good work right here. So yeah, that is definitely going to be a thing that people will be wanting to beat each other on, and I'm sure there's going to be some insane scores. Anyway, if you'd like to check out this game, there is a link in the description. And well, if you excuse me, I'm going to continue playing the survival mode, and I'm probably going to go back to story mode in a second as well and just have some more fun. If you'd like to see more of this game, by the way, on my channel as well, then let me know. I'm perfectly happy to play more of this, but something tells me you probably want to play it yourself. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching and for joining me, and I will see you next time.